smell the mortals. You can hear their hearts beat, even though you don't have... The beast is enhancing your senses, sort of tempting you. So the buff guy has short, close-cropped blonde hair.
Okay, so she's gonna make her way towards him.
Okay.
And when she gets up to him, like, how's that? Like, is it loud in there, or is it?
It's fairly loud. Yeah, there's basically just right now they're just playing some drab top 40 kind of crap.
Okay, so she's gonna walk over to him and lock eyes with him, and when she gets close enough, I'm gonna use the first level of dominate, which is mesmerize, I do believe, and tell him to come with her, and she's gonna stress the come word.
Okay. Yeah, you don't even have to roll. This guy takes one look at you, sees you're a well-heeled pretty girl talking to him, and the next thing you know, he's following you like a puppy.
Okay. And then she will, I guess, like, bathroom stall sounds good enough for her.
Okay.
She's classy, but not too classy. Yeah.
All right.
I was about to just say classy.
You take him to a men's or women's room.
We'll go to the men's room.
Okay. Take him to the men's room stall. And he's like, "Oh, you're dirty. I like that." He slips his... You notice he's got a tan line on his left hand, the ring finger.
Okay.
And, he's obviously married.
Oh.
Okay.
Last time you made us feel for the person. This time you just made us not.
I mean, I don't think Caroline would care at this point anyways. She is going to, with every ounce that she can kind of muster, she is going to push him hard into the stall and onto the toilet.
Okay.
And look at him kind of like, she's not going to bare her fangs just yet, but she's going to look at him and be like, "Darling, this is your lucky night." And tell him to drop his pants.
He complies.
And then when he looks up at me, I'm going to tell him to sleep again using dominate.
Okay. He passes out.
And then I will feed from him. I'll close the door, you know what I mean? And, like, make sure that no one's there, and then...
Now, Carolyn, you need to make a willpower roll.
Okay.
You have a helpless victim right in front of you. And the beast wants you to eat him.
Okay. All right. So let's see. My willpower is 7.
And you just click the little icon next to your willpower.
What's the difficulty?
Difficulty is 6. It's not too bad.
All right.
Very nice. All right.
5 success.
Yeah, you take as many blood as you want. So 5 would knock him out for a while, but not cause him permanent injury.
Okay, yeah, I don't want to cause him permanent injury. I just want to get enough to be, happy. So 5 will put me up to 7. So I'll take 5, lick his wounds, smack him in the face, and then I'm walking up.
You slap him in the face, and he's like, "Whoa, that was great, baby." Oh man, I think I've had too much, and he kind of staggers out.
Is his pants still down around his legs?
At first he almost trips on them, then he remembers and pulls them up.
Oh damn.
She'll smile at him, wink, blow him a little kiss, and then make her way out.
All right, Adriana,
Yes.
we're gonna cut to you. You have, of course, marked off a blood point for waking up tonight, and you have something in your email. It is a file from your boss at the CDC, where you're still consulting. And it's marked urgent because you are a good tech, and he really wants your opinion. Basically, Dr. Singh is sending you this. So he's like, basically, he said the email says, "I need you to take a look at this. This is very different." And it starts off with this picture. And he explains it's a mutated rabies lissovirus. They have not seen anything like this, and apparently this came out of a shooting victim. A human shooting victim who had no contact with an infected animal, no evidence of animal bites or anything else, and it was found in the Cascade Heights neighborhood, one of the poorer neighborhoods of Atlanta. And he's like, since you work nights, I was wondering if you could get out there and see what you can find.
Okay, what was the virus called one more time? You said it was a mutated what virus?
Mutated rabies lissovirus.
Okay.
And what they're concerned about is they've never seen rabies become bloodborne before. Usually it's only transmittable through saliva, but this is apparently something that can be transmitted via needle sticks or cuts.
Oh. Somebody hadn't been brushing their teeth.
No, vampires usually don't transmit it.
Huh.
Somebody's been sucking on some rats then, and then, and then not brushing
It
their
could
teeth.
be. But even then, the blood wouldn't transmit it. This is all new.
Yeah.
You have never seen this before.
Okay, so I reply back to Dr. Singh, and in my email I'll type to him, hi Dr. Singh, yeah, this sample is very odd. It's very intriguing as well. So what other information you can give me about this shooting victim would be very helpful as well. And then yes, I will go to the Cascade Heights area and I'll see what I can find and I'll report back to you. Say, thanks, Adriana, and hit send.
Okay. All right. Within a few minutes, he replies. And you find out that the shooting victim's name was William Harper. His age was 27. His approximate height was 5'8". His weight was 135 pounds. Caucasian male, green eyes, brown hair. And basically, other than that, he was in perfect health, especially for someone who was homeless. Someone had paid for, according to the coroner's report, had paid for dentistry for him. And he was originally from Leonardo, New Jersey. Okay. And of course, there's a bunch of law enforcement jargon in here that you really don't. It's not in your background.
Okay. So I read his email and look it over and, kind of thinking to myself, okay, so this seems, pretty much just like an average person. I really wonder what this could be, especially with, from what I know about rabies, this definitely is very odd, especially if it's mutated. And I think to myself, I wonder if Zachary is here. I wonder if he would be interested in this.
All right, Zachary, you too have awakened. You're in the Tremere Chantry, as all the good little members of the pyramid are. And what are you up to upon waking?
Well, my hang on, let me upload my bloody character sheet. Come on.
And using
There
the
we
word
go.
bloody is very appropriate here.
Ha ha ha. It's true. Okay. Well, my points per turn, blood points per turn is 1, so I'm probably hungry.
Okay, yeah, you're hungry. What are you going to do about this?
Well, I shall go out and find some human hors d'oeuvres.
Okay. All right, so you're going out. Where are you going? Adriana, you call just as Zachary is headed out. Where are you headed, Zachary?
He was going to head towards a local small tavern or pub or bar or whatever it's called over there.
Well,
Something like a pub.
Yeah, there's a couple of bars that are filled with University of Georgia students. The Tremere Chantry is near the near the campus. Little do they know the Tremere actually helped build this university. But all right, so you head into a bar, Adriana. You call him. Your phone rings, Zachary. What do you do? Do you answer? Do you ignore?
I pick up the phone, roll my eyes.
Nice.
And I go into the men's room to take the call. Hello.
Hey, Zachary. What are you up to tonight?
Oh, trying to secure some food, but that can wait a moment, I suppose.
Oh, okay.
What?
Yeah, well,
What's
I'm sorry to bother you. I know, especially with it being early in the evening, that it's, important to have some breakfast. I was wondering, whenever you have completed that task, there's something that I may need your forensic experience with. Are you busy after this, or do you have some time to help me out with the situation?
Is running his index finger over his light stubble where his mustache is. Says, yes, I am available. I will return back to the chantry once I have secured some delights.
Wonderful. Thanks so much. I'll see her in a while then.
You're most welcome.
And hang up the phone.
All right, as you're standing there talking on the phone, a fairly young guy just sort of busts in. He's maybe 19, 20 years old. He busts in, runs past you, dashes and throws his head over the toilet, and is just like, ugh, ugh. He's alone. He's vomiting, and he's kind of vulnerable. Or you can attempt to go find someone a little less disgusting. The choice is yours.
The stench of the innards this young man is projectiling across the toilet is not what Zach is going to have.
All right.
Plus, his blood is full of alcohol that he doesn't really want now.
Well, unfortunately, you're in a bar full of college. So finding someone without alcohol might be a challenge.
I was about to say, then why did you go to a bar?
You'd be surprised how many friends I have that don't drink but come with us to various... Anyway. Well, they'll be the designated drivers. You always have a designated driver.
Well, actually, that's gone. The number has gone down since the advent of Uber, unfortunately. However, roll perception plus alertness.
Okay.
And the difficulty will be 8.
Perception versus... What did you say?
Alertness.
Alertness.
Alertness. Okay. Alertness. Level 6.
Yay, success.
All right. You manage to find a young lady who is sitting at the bar looking relatively miserable while her friends are dashing about and talking very loudly. She's sipping a club soda. And playing on her phone.
I walk up to her and I say, "Excuse me, miss. I couldn't help but notice that you were not exactly partaking in the fun that is happening around this establishment."
She looks up, looks around her. If you call it fun, and who the hell are you?
I am a PhD student at the University of Atlanta studying forensic science. I transferred here a few months ago from the United Kingdom, and I thought I would come and talk to you, if that is something you would like to do.
That is probably the poorest excuse for a come on line I think I've ever heard.
Don't you want to?
I mean, you might as well say, "Hi, I fondle dead bodies for a living." Sure, have a seat. I'm not doing anything.
Well, I haven't chatted up many people, so...
Does that work on women where you're from, or?
Nope. I don't go out.
Now, to be fair, the British accent will be a plus in his favor.
I was going to say something like that.
She's like, "I'm Melissa, and you're lucky you've got the accent. Really lucky."
American women love English accents.
Apparently so. It's a good job I don't have a Scouse accent. "Excuse me, miss, I just wanted to know if you'd like to come with me tonight." Well, that was more Welsh than I was intending, but that doesn't matter.
Yes, it did sound a lot more Welsh.
If only I could speak Welsh.
At least it's not me trying to do an Irish accent.
For Welsh, all you do is you slam together as many consonants as possible, and then pronounce them nothing like they're supposed to be.
My favourite word in Welsh is headloo because it means police and it sounds like a police siren.
Huh.
My mother's family was from a place called Llangollen, which is like spelled with a bunch of L's. So I'm like, How the hell we get Tlangotlan out of that, I don't know. Let's go.
If there's a double L, it makes an F.
Really?
Yes. Anyway, yes, right, okay.
Well, anyway, Melissa is kind of looking you over, and she's pretty amused by you.
Yes, I'm not exactly one to socialize a lot myself, so I do apologize.
No worries. Look, I probably need to go here in a minute. Here's my number.
How about I escort you home? Surely a young lady like yourself should not be walking out this time of night without some form of escort.
What a gentleman.
For some people,
Young
he just
lady.
dropped the ball there.
Young lady, huh?
Picked it back up.
Okay. Roll a roll manipulation plus subterfuge to try to make this somewhat believable. The difficulty is 8.
Ooh.
Oh, no, that's 6. 8. No, I said 8.
Pass on the table.
Yay, more success.
That is our
Alright, she's
They're not
kind of
jobs.
like, okay, yeah. So she walks out with you. You're moving to the parking area. It's fairly lonely here, so if you're going to make your move, this would be the place to do it.
He goes behind one of the larger vehicles, so he's not in view of a CCTV camera of some sort, and will insert his teeth. Well, will push her against the van and insert his teeth into her neck.
Roll strength plus brawl.
6, I'm guessing.
Yes.
I noticed for a
This is
character that
contested.
doesn't... Sorry. I noticed for a character that didn't put high strength or brawl, he certainly seems to pin people a lot.
Well,
Yeah,
he's
no.
rolled successfully. Holy dog crap! Unless she just happens to... Wow, okay, unless she just happens to... No, okay, she attempts to use some self-defense on you, but no. Your vampiric strength just slams her up against the van, and you fight her. How much blood you taking, Zach? Jeez, oh Pete. I'm sorry, I've just never seen 6 successes with somebody who has like no skill in brawl. Almost as good as the time when one of my players judoed a bear, but that's beside the point.
Okay. Right, remind me how many pints you take before
Up to 5.
up to 5. I will be generous and take 4. 4 pints.
Okay. She's passed out.
And I'm going to lick the wound as well.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty.
Wait.
Now,
is
I
there
notice your humanity is incredibly high.
Mm-hmm.
I'm mad you didn't give me a return.
Right.
So I'm going to roll that darn humanity for you, being the good storyteller that I am. Because you did just attack someone against their will,
For the second time.
drink their blood. You managed to justify it because you're just a tricky bastard that way. So,
He still didn't even walk her home.
no, she's unconscious in a parking lot.
Oh, jeez. Just leave her in the worst of states.
But you know, somehow, Zachary, you managed to just talk yourself through this.
It's okay. She wanted me to do it.
Clearly,
man.
she loves
Wow.
sleeping in parking lots.
I what I'm going to do is I will hit a few contacts on her phone so she can so someone can come and collect her.
All right, you do so.
Just
And
rifle
then
through
I
someone's
will-
phone and text them, "Hey, pick me up. I'm in a dark alleyway."
I could wait. What kind of buildings are close by that don't have people in them? Oh, is there a hotel lobby nearby? That's a good idea.
Okay, yes, you're moving toward the hotel lobby.
Okay.
And you've got your arm around her like she's drunk.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's
So
going to be
I
another
place-
manipulation plus subterfuge roll.
Okay.
Difficulty's only 6 because people don't notice other people that much.
I know I don't.
Let's go see if she had her car keys on her. Just put her in the front seat.
How could you tell which
All
car
right.
is hers unless it has a beeper?
Yeah, there you go. Well, I mean, what years are we? Is the campaign in? Was it-
2018.
Okay, so it's current day. I mean, most cars have the key fobs.
That's true. Most of them do. Unless, like, you're... Sorry.
As you're helping her along to the hotel lobby, it's the Stanton Hotel. As you're helping her along to the hotel lobby, you catch a glimpse of something moving at the end of the street, and I am going to show you a picture of what you see. Moment.
Okay. That's weird.
I'm just having to find them on all the stuff. All right, yeah, there's a couple of trees at the end of the street, kind of Atlanta's way of creating, trying to make sure that the city doesn't feel too sterile and empty.
Mm.
And standing beside these bits of flora are these.
What the fuck?
Oh.
It's the people from the farm. You know that old picture where there's the farmer and the lady
It
standing...
might be American Gothic, but no, you just see them at the end of the street, and then they move into the dark and are gone.
Like the eyes were glowing like that?
Yes.
Ooh, that's creepy as shit.
Now, are they interested in me or the woman? Because that's interesting.
They don't seem to be interested in anything, but they look at you for a moment, and like I said, they just continue off into the dark.
That looks like a kid.
To me, it looks like an old
Wow.
lady.
Zach raises his eyebrows in curiosity and a little startled at first, but then regains himself and carries the woman to the hotel lobby, rests her in an open chair, and informs someone behind the counter that she was walking home slightly drunk and wanted to make sure she was in a safe place so she could get a taxi or an Uber.
Excellent. I'll call one. Thank you, sir.
You're most welcome. And then I head back to the chantry.
Okay, you make your way back to the chantry, and we will switch suddenly to Christoph.
Oh, yay.
All right, Christoph, you wake up. What is the first thing you do?
I feel a bit peckish.
All right, hunting scenes all around.
Well, he's not nearly as hungry as they are, but I don't really want him to get to that point.
I understand. All right, so are you going to head out onto the town?
Yes, indeed. Particularly looking for wallflowers.
Okay.
Because I know everything about wallflowers, considering I am one.
Okay. Yeah, you make your way to a sort of a board game night that's being held near the University of Georgia campus. And
Please say they're playing D&D.
say again.
Please say they're playing D&D.
Some of them are playing D&D. Others are playing various collectible card games. Some people are playing Cards Against Humanity. There's just all sorts of nerdery going on here.
Nerdery.
And if you were looking for wallflowers, you have found the wallflower bonanza.
I was even a wallflower in one of those places before.
Well, you find a wallflower in the wallflower bonanza. He happens to be sitting off by himself sketching.
That immediately intrigues Kristoff. However, it's really rude to walk up to an artist and look over their shoulder. So, is he like sitting to where there's like a seat across from him?
Yes.
Is someone else saying something? I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
No, you're good.
Okay. So he just kind of walks over and sits across from him.
He looks up almost startled. Oh, hi, was something wrong?
Oh, my apologies, I didn't mean to frighten you. I just have a bit of an affliction for art.
Oh, well, no problem. Can I show you some?
Oh, I would
you
love
wanna
that.
Okay, he starts showing you some. He shows you an absolutely gorgeous landscape. You're going to need to roll your willpower so
Yeah,
as
I
not
figured.
to be afflicted by your clan's weakness.
Let's see, trying to figure out exactly how to do that. I know there's a little thing next to willpower.
Mm-hmm.
And it says
just
pool.
click on that.
Okay, it says pool mod. What do I put for there?
Pool mod 0.
Okay.
Difficulty for a Toreador resisting this is 8.
Okay, 8. Oh.
You stare open mouthed.
That's kind of what I was
beauty-
imagining him doing anyway.
At the beauty of the shading and the light and the perspective. You can't move. And it takes him actually getting pretty creeped out and putting it away and hurrying off to finally shake you out of this trance.
He kind of shakes his head and says, "Oh, that is the 8th time this week."
No, I'm sorry. The guy saw you standing like a mannequin, not blinking for a few minutes, and he was out. He was just like, "I'm out. This is too weird for me." So,
I can see that right. Start packing the stuff. Right. So I'm gonna go now.
And he just kind of sits there for a moment, And he's just kind of thinking, well, that failed.
A prim-looking woman with her hair pulled back in a tight bun comes walking up to you. May I help you, young man?
Oh, hello. Honestly, I forgot what I was doing for a second.
I think I know what you were doing. Why don't you come with me outside?
Well, alright then. He just kind of follows her. What is so funny?
I don't know. Kristoff's supposed to be a vampire.
Stop it.
He never said he was a good vampire.
Exactly.
Roll out.
What? I couldn't hear you. What'd you say?
Oh,
All right, the woman takes you outside, and she's like, "You're a Toreador, aren't you?"
Oh, you're another one. Hello.
I don't know.
You're on Tremere hunting grounds.
Oh.
She's aware.
You had better know somebody here, or else things are gonna get real uncomfortable for you real fast.
He looked kind of awkward. He said, I'm aware of a couple of your clan. Does awareness,
You better
does
name
that count?
names and do what?
He's like, does awareness of someone count?
You better name names, or else you're going to find yourself in a box going to Vienna.
oh shit.
Well, at a little get-together last night, I met someone named Zachary and someone named Adriana.
All right, Zachary, you get a call from Estelle. Estelle is sort of the clan whip for the Tremere.
Okay.
Hayden,
Takes the call. Yes.
do you happen to know, what is your name, boy?
I am Christoph Evander.
Do you know some Toreador fop named Christoph Evander?
Oh,
He's just kind of straightened his scarf a little bit at hearing that.
I am reluctant. I am very. Yes, I do know him. He's the very flamboyant one. Yes.
Come pick up your pet Toreador before I put him down.
I'll come and collect him right away.
He's just so exasperated by everything.
All right, a few minutes later, Zach, you show up.
He like skips
Zach.
over towards him.
Zach isn't even looking at Christoph. He goes up to who's the Tremere
Estelle.
whip? Estelle.
Yes,
He goes
Estelle.
up to it. Estelle lowers his head in an apologetic and respectful manner, and he apologizes for the incident. He grabs Christoph by the wrist and he drags him out.
Oh dear.
He really he releases him and puts both his hands behind his back, shuts his eyes.
Are they in a car now, or where are they?
They're just outside.
Okay.
Yeah. He sighs, opens his eyes.
He's just grinning at him.
Bad Toreador. Bad Toreador.
Yes, I admit that was entirely a blunder on my part.
A blunder. Yes, it would have been a blunder if your body was dragged to the prince of the city. Wouldn't.
I imagine in this context that would have been called a blunder, yes.
A very, very hefty blunder. Look, I know you're hungry. why don't we go find a place where it's Toreadorian hunt, shall we? And I will keep you until you, because I have to get back to my gentry as soon as possible.
Oh, that sounds like a delightful evening. Thank you so much.
You could also stuff him in the guest room at the Chantry. There is a place for non-Tremere.
He'll do that later, just to make sure he doesn't do anything. As much as he's a very bubbly character, his bubbliness might get some it might get him into trouble of some sort, so he will take him back after he's found him.
All right. Okay. So y'all are going in search of food, correct?
I imagine
Well,
that's it. So, yeah.
I'm helping Christoph find a Toreador area, or at least point him in the direction, and he'll just
You actually take him to the art district. You have to drive a good ways, but you're in the arts district, and that is where the Toreador hunting grounds are.
That both makes sense and is also a terrible idea.
Yeah, well. Look at the paintings after you've eaten.
Well, he gently nudges Christoph into the art gallery and has him search for someone, and he'll just stay at the information kiosk looking at various events or artists and other pamphlets that are there while he waits for Christoph.
All right, so I'm going to have Christoph feed off screen, and you'll get 3 vitae. You'll get 3 blood points.
Yay. Oh, by the way, I do have a thing on here that says efficient digestion, which means every 2 points I get an extra one.
Okay, then you get 4.
Yay.
All right, so from there, we're going to cut to Carolyn.
Mm-hmm.
And
All
Carolyn, you get a call from a number you didn't think you'd get a call from. It's Bartholomew.
Okay, so I have a question real quick because I've been thinking about this. Like, because she's hates him, he's her, the bane of her existence. How would he, like, would she, because, like, I want to call him Barty. That's all I'm going to call him, like, because it's just...
That's fine.
Okay, like, all right. Just making sure. Okay. She'll let it ring a couple of times and then answer it. Hello, Barty.
Listen here, Caroline. I have one thing to say to you. Did you buy up the property I was looking at in Cascade Heights?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Like hell you don't. There's only... it's worthless land. Who the hell buys it out from under me?
I don't know. Who else have you pissed off lately and made mortal enemies with?
Girl, you call me a mortal enemy. Shit, you don't know what a mortal enemy is. I was around when the cattle barons was having a war in North Texas. You really think you're going to raise a welt on my fanny, girl?
More than a welt there, baby boy.
Well, bring it on.
Oh, I cannot wait.
He slams down the phone. He's one of the only people you know that still uses a landline.
That's probably modern technology to him if he's...
It really is. I mean, he was a cattle baron, damn it.
She's gonna laugh. Now, does she know who bought this land up?
Why don't you see what you can do with, oh gosh, it would take, I'm going to say intelligence plus politics. Try to find something out about this.
All right. What's going to be the difficulty?
Just 6. I mean, you're just looking at standard tax appraisal district listings.
Right. Let's see. Hey, right on.
You got a critical success. Wahaha. All right. So what happens is you find out it wasn't a Ventru at all. It was something you never heard of, a Michigan-based company called Stonegate Security.
Stonegate Security.
Yep. But it's a bunch of old textile mills that are pretty much abandoned, and Cascade Heights is a pretty crappy part of Atlanta. But it was a reasonable tax shelter for old Barty.
Haha. So she's going to make a note of that so she can do more research into who this is.
Okay.
Who's working there, any kind of notes like that, you know what I mean?
Well, for all those successes, you find out that the CDC has flagged that neighborhood as a potential watch zone for a bloodborne pathogen.
Oh.
Good news is you know somebody who works for them.
Absolutely. So I will give it's Adriana, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to send Adriana a text message and ask if she's busy.
I reply back. Yeah, I'm a little busy with stuff with work. What's going on?
She'll reply back with a question mark about that area and why it's been red flagged.
Well, that's a good question. As I reply back, that's a good question. I just got told about something that's weird that's happening there. I'm actually going over there to investigate.
She'll send back one any company, question mark.
Yeah, sure. The more the merrier.
Okay, so she'll ask where you want to meet up, or do you just want to meet out there?
Let's just meet out there.
Okay.
I'm actually waiting on Zachary to return to come help too with his specialty.
All right, Zachary, you return with a now well-fed Toreador in tow, and Estelle was very clear that you were to watch him. Very clear.
Mm-hmm. Very clear. I take him to the guest room of the trivia judgery, and I give him some kind of art book to read. To keep him
Actually,
occupied.
the only art book you've got is a bunch of magical drawings by an insane artist from London named Austin Osman Spare.
It'll do.
And it's just basically it's weird witchy pictures with like demons and such, and it's not really your speed, Christoph.
He's kind of sitting there making many variants of facial expressions while flipping through it.
Anyway, he's going up to where Adriana is. Is she in a laboratory?
Yes, to get down to the laboratories, you go through a hallway that actually turns and twists. And fortunately, you've been taught the proper path to take through the shifting hallways to get to the labs.
Okay, so I walk through the twisting vaults of the corridors to get to the laboratory where Adriana is working.
And I look up as Zachary enters. Hey, what took you so long?
A flamboyant Toreador.
Oh, the one that we met last night?
That one.
Oh, okay.
I've been
Um,
told to keep a very, very close eye on for tonight.
Oh, okay. Well,
And yet he left him alone.
In the guest room, not allowed to leave.
I didn't hear him say he couldn't leave.
That's true.
All right. Hang on. I'm assuming that that Christoph and Adriana are conferring. I'm gonna cut to Christoph Zachary and Adriana are conferring. I'm gonna cut to Christoph real quick. Christoph, do you want to try to leave the room?
He's kind of wondering where the hell Zachary went, because he just kind of sat him in there, gave him a book, and left. So, so he's gonna attempt to look for him.
As you attempt to step out of the room, a gargoyle statue just comes to life and bars your way.
He just kind of gives it this really wide-eyed look and just slowly backs back down.
It does this this low, throaty growl. Its yellow, almost pus-like eyes float in their sockets. It looks like a truly horrible and tormented beast, and you don't like the way it's looking at you.
He just kind of sits back down where he was and just stares at the floor for a few minutes.
All right, back to Zachary and Adriana.
Anyway, right. What's this mentioning of my expertise?
yeah. So I got an email from my boss at the CDC. They were made aware of a shooting victim that came in. That when they were looking at doing a tox screen and doing the blood samples, he has rabies, but it's like a mutated version of bloodborne. So there's something that's different. And I need to investigate the area from where this person was at, especially if it's something with a bloodborne mutation. Then that's something that could obviously affect us, in the future. So we need to get to the bottom of it and figure out what it is that's happening, and see if there's something that's going to impact us.
Okay. I will gather some equipment, and we shall go and take a look at this area.
Okay, awesome. The Toreador from last
It has
night.
become with us.
Okay, I was gonna say, what did you do with him?
Currently in the guest room. He
Oh.
will have with us.
Okay. And I got a call from the Ventru that we met last night, Caroline.
Oh, that one, yes.
She's gonna meet us out there. It's in Cascade Heights is the area that that this is happening. So apparently she found out about this somehow too. So I want to keep this as low key as possible. So I need to find out what she may know and figure out what we need to do from here. So
Well,
go ahead.
you'll take the lead. I have no idea where these.
Okay, no problem. I tell you what, yeah, go collect your things. I'm gonna pack up a few things here, and I'll meet you out front here in like 10 minutes or so.
Very well.
Okay.
So Zach goes and collects a bag with a case full of forensic science equipment, and he goes to Christoph. He says, "Come on now, we're going on a little adventure."
Christoph just got done complimenting the gargoyle, and and he looks at him and says, "Oh, well, I didn't have any plans. Good."
Zach rolls his eyes, and they go and wait outside.
He gives one more compliment to the gargoyle before they leave.
The gargoyle just now stands like a statue, like it never moved.
Very interesting place you have here. Your statues
Yeah.
move. Can I? How could it? Could you do that to mine?
But, no.
Oh.
I only just got here yesterday.
Well, they could, 101 make statues move. I would make that my first lesson.
Sure, you would.
All right, so
Zach's just tugging on his leather gloves, black leather gloves.
excellent. So, does anybody have drive and resources, or are you taking the MARTA, the train, over?
I have
drive.
Versus.
I also have drive and resources. Not high
Yep, I have
resources,
those
however.
resources.
I mean,
Well,
just
Carolyn, I
Zach.
assume you made your own way.
Yeah. That's why. Well, that's why I was saying like we want to meet up. Like I can fit all of us in one car and we can all cruise out together. Or
Okay.
She could,
Or we
she
ride-
could have a limousine
we can just-
for us.
show up like the Sopranos with like 4 different cars.
That works.
It doesn't
All
matter.
right, so Go ahead.
Oh, it doesn't matter to me. Either however we're gonna show up, we can show up.
All right, I was just gonna kind of skip ahead. You guys rendezvous at the edge of Cascade Heights on the eastern edge. The place is pretty run down. Most of the buildings are built in 1950s ugly. Brick.
The Soviet year architecture.
Just a step of American 1950, so just a step above the Soviet architecture.
Does it look like Chernobyl?
Also,
well, this neighborhood kind of does. There's lots of people out on the streets. There's a homeless camp. There's a couple of vans on the street that have health department placards on the side, and signs about vaccinations.
I guess as we get out of the car and kind of gather together, can I do like is it like a perception check, or is to see if there's
Yes.
anything else that we notice other than the obvious?
It would be perception and alertness.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna ask the same thing.
I have Auspex.
Okay, awesome. You see a lot of people. Wait, you got 2 dots, right?
Yeah, I got 2 dots.
Okay, you see a lot of fairly normal-looking people until you see one normal human, but they have sparkles all through their aura.
Wonder if that's a ghoul.
I feel like that's like a mage.
Well, it was a human.
What
Oh wait,
makes
not a Tremere then, though. Maybe a mage. He actually didn't say anything at the moment. He's just kind of staring off in that direction.
Okay.
Ooh, sparkles.
Yeah.
Caroline,
Fortunately, they're
look
not that.
at them and go, "What do you mean sparkles?"
Oh, sorry, that was out of character, but...
Oh,
You do notice on an alleyway near the old textile factories, you all do see a very strange bunch of graffiti, and it looks like this.
That looks familiar.
Does anyone have occult?
I do.
You should probably roll intelligence plus occult.
Oh, I was thinking of the Final Fantasy. I think it was... Which one was it? 10? It had, like, the way that you level up in that.
Yeah.
Hang on. Please. What's the difficulty on that?
Difficulty will be 8 because this is a fairly obscure thing.
2 successes.
Wow. Actually, 3 because 10s count as 2.
Okay.
All right, yeah, you do recognize this. This is something. This is sacred geometry. It's a magical, a magical technique. You know, from ancient Greece is where a lot of scholars say it came from. And with the 3 successes, you know, any of you with Auspex, you get a very bad feeling from this symbol.
Christoph was looking at it and he's like, ugh.
When
So
you
I'll
look at it with your
relay
I'm sorry.
everything to the group or whatever, and just let them know that like I don't have a good feeling about being here right now, but I feel like we've gained a lot of information as it is. I'm gonna pull out my phone. I'm gonna take a picture of it.
Okay, you do so. Christoph, since you have the second dot in Auspex, you feel like something is looking back at you from inside this drawing.
He's still kind of looking at it. He's like, ugh, it looks like it's like a two-way mirror.
And you hear strangely whispered sounds coming from the wall.
Can anyone else hear a bunch of whispering?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I suppose I'm going schizophrenic.
Thought you were a Toreador and Malkavian.
I'm pretty sure I'm a Toreador, yes.
Zach's got 1 dot in our spec, so he might be able to. At
You
least.
can vaguely hear it. You hear a strange whispered chanting. You've actually heard it in the chantry. You've heard Tremere saying this. You've heard other, like the ones who are more mystically inclined rather than you sciencey types. You've heard them saying, these words.
Sounds awfully fun. Can't make it out.
Would Christoph be able to hear it better and make it out better?
Yes, Chris.
He said, wait, sorry, who said yes? Did the right? Your voices
said
blur
yeah.
together. Okay.
Sorry. I said yes, and here's what you hear. Yad, 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 mozodzir, yad, babzna, yad, sorgru, yad, ser usuf.
Said it's another language, but I can't exactly understand what they're saying.
If we give you a piece of paper and a pen, would you be able to write it down?
Yes, actually.
Or just repeat it and we can write it down.
What if it's a magical spell?
That's true. I didn't think about that.
Zach takes out a pen and a notepad, hands it to Christoph.
He begins writing in gorgeous calligraphy.
All right, as you're doing it, the calligraphy stops and your hand begins scratching symbols that you don't know how to write.
He's just kind of
Your
looking
hand-
like at the paper and then back at them and then at the paper and back at them frantically while doing this.
Zach puts his case down and steps closer to Christoph and watches the symbols appear from his.
All right, if you have, let me character history. If you roll intelligence plus academics, and you might recognize them.
Could I do this?
Yeah.
Yeah, anybody with academics can try.
Sweet.
Ooh, I have this
So
too.
intelligence with academic.
What's the difficulty?
What level?
The difficulty will be 8 because once again, this is fairly obscure knowledge.
Okay.
Wait, how do we do that with this one? Because there's not
Okay,
like a
what
little.
you do is you go down to the bottom of your character sheet, and it will say dice pools, and you'll want the attribute, which, and I'm on
Oh.
yours, intelligence, and the ability, which is academics.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Let me just find where academics is.
And what's the full mod? Whenever you do
The
that.
difficulty mod, there's no dice pool mod, but there is a difficulty of 8.
8. Okay, so I put 8 in there where it says input value, right?
8.
Yes.
Okay, so your difficulty would be the target number,
Yes.
and then you just put highlight the D10, whatever.
Mm.
How? So if you have 6 dice from
Jeez.
those 2 successes.
9
All right, well,
successes.
Holy
yeah,
cow.
Leslie knows everything about what you're writing. In fact, Leslie, congratulations, because you got so many successes. You know how to recognize cuneiform.
How many dice do
Basically-
you have in your academics and intelligence?
In academics, let's see, intelligence I had 4. In academics, I have 2.
So you should have only rolled 6
6 dice. Yeah.
12.
Okay, you okay? I see what you did. You put a +8 in the dice pool modifier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
let's re-roll that.
okay. So what do I need to put there in that then?
Actually, I'm gonna mess around on Christoph's for a second. All right. Pool mod is 0. Difficulty. So you submit 0 for pool mod. Input
Gotcha.
value should be 8.
Okay, gotcha. One more time. Sorry about that.
No worries. All right, you still got 4 successes. So
Yeah, I
you
had
do
3.
recognize it is cuneiform.
Okay, cool.
It's same level as mine as well.
Yeah, I think we all got. She got 4, and then everybody else got 3.
Yeah. So, having looked at these, he's writing in cuneiform. You can't read cuneiform, unfortunately. But yeah, that's just what you keep writing down until you will yourself to stop.
He kind
You
of
fill up the first page and a second page, and you're moving very fast.
He's trying to pull himself away from the paper.
You end up doing so. You pull yourself away.
He kind of shakes a little bit. He's just, well, that was difficult to stop doing, and that was out of my control.
Zathron takes hold of the notepad and the pen, puts the pen back in the pocket, flips over the pages, and then passes it on to Adriana.
And I look at this and I look up at Christoph and how did you do this? What? I've never seen anyone actually write this from scratch.
It was kind of like someone was controlling my arm, in a way. I was just trying to write what I heard, and then my hand just did that.
It's almost hypnotic in a way.
I guess it's a good thing you're here, huh, darling?
By weird circumstances, yes.
At this moment, you all hear a terrible shriek coming from further down the alley. Someone is begging for help, screaming. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Please, 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 please. No, no, no.
Oh, so the question is, do we go investigate?
Caroline is gonna pull her piece out.
All right, you pull your weapon.
Wait, we have weapons?
Caroline does. Nobody else said they did.
Well, I meant to ask about the equipment part, but I forgot.
Well, first off, I don't think Kristoff would pack a weapon.
Well, maybe like
all.
a flip knife. That's pretty much the only thing.
Okay, sure. Yeah, he's got a flip knife. Carolyn is a Southern girl.
Yeah, she's packing. I've got 2 dots and firearms, like she's packing.
All
I've
right,
got
cool.
one dot in firearm.
So are you going to fearlessly investigate, Carolyn?
I'm not gonna fearlessly investigate, but I just pull it to be ready just in case. And I'm gonna look at the rest of them and be like, "Do you guys want to check it out, or are we getting out of here?"
Zathron. Not Z- God, no, Zach. Zach.
Not
Zach.
Zathron.
Not Zathron. Zathron comes in and takes a swig from his hip flask and then goes away. Sorry.
That's his
know who
D&D
Zathron is.
character.
Okay, cool. Swig from the hip flask. Says I'm getting too old for this shit and runs off.
Interestingly, Zathron is half a vampire wizard. He comes in and fires magic missile at it and goes. Anyway, sorry about that.
After he throws a magic missile, Paradox appears and devours him, so we're done. Alright, let's go on. Wrinkle, the Paradox Spirit of Time, goes back in time, make sure Zathron's parents had a condom net.
No, don't you.
That is the tale of Zathron. Anyway.
Zach opens his case and takes out a long dagger because he has 2 dots in melee.
Hey yo.
Kristoff takes out his little flip knife, looking harmless. But kind of like he's just like, as though he thinks he's just part of this. It's like, I have a weapon too.
So, are you all stalking back into the shadows to see what's going on?
Wait, we don't know what Adriana's got first. I want to know what Adriana's weapon is.
Oh, yeah, I grabbed my backpack that I had all my stuff in, and I also have a knife because I have the 2 dots in melee.
All right.
That I pull out and nod to them and say, let's go figure out what's going on.
All right.
All right. As you all head back into the alleyway, you pass several broken doors, and you see a couple of dead men. One was a big beefy Hispanic guy. The other is a shorter white dude. And you see this woman. She's like bloodied, and she's crying. And standing over her is a woman wearing a ragged, what used to be Armani dress. And she's just breathing heavily and moving toward her. Those of you with Auspex cannot hear her heartbeat. The woman standing over this cowering lady. The cowering lady is immortal. But this is a kindred, and she is apparently on a rampage.
Does she notice us, or is she fixated on the woman?
She's fixated on her prey.
Let's see. Part of the second tier of Auspex is learn the most intense emotion of a person.
Okay, the woman in front of you, hers is fear. The one on the ground, the one standing over her, there aren't any feelings.
I had it down.
Are the only people that know that she's kindred is the ones with Auspex, or do we all know?
No, only the ones with Auspex.
Okay.
Zach lightly whispers to everyone, she's kindred.
as soon as you whisper, she turns around. Her body moves like you hear her bones crack as her head twists almost 180. And then her body turns in alien fashion. Her eyes are just blazing with hate and hunger.
Would this be one of the things Zach saw earlier?
No. No.
Okay. Right.
Alright, so her body just kind of did that cracky thing. Is that a normal thing for kindred to do? Like vampires?
No, it is not. It is not a usual thing for them to do.
But you said she was kindred, right?
She is kindred. Carolyn, you do remember one of Barty's scare tales about this, that this is what would happen if you lost all your humanity.
Oh.
Oh, lovely. So, I'm going to smile and say we should all back away very slowly and let her have her meal. This doesn't concern.
What if she is the one that is causing this incident? This would be valid.
Yes, but she is all beast.
And she's also kind of staring directly at us. Do you think this is the best time for a conversation?
So
Well,
I
he's
look
right.
at her and ask her, what are you doing here?
She looks at you for just a moment and sniffs. And then faster than you can see, she's on top of you. She's got you by the neck, Adriana.
Oh, yay.
you may attempt to roll, oh golly, dexterity and athletics to escape, or you may use dexterity and melee to try to, I don't know, cut her hand off or something to get away.
Okay, yeah, I'll do dexterity and melee.
Okay. Please roll those.
So the pull mod is 0, right?
Yes.
Okay, then what's the difficulty?
6. She's
Okay.
not super resisting you.
Oh.
I'm guessing negative is very much not good.
That's a botch.
Oh
Okay.
no!
Oh, golly. Okay, Adriana. You take 1 level of lethal damage and that puts you to hurt.
Ouch.
I imagine other
Okay.
people can attack it while it's on top of her.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Well-
yeah, you can, but it has ripped Adriana's arm off.
Ugh.
Your left arm, or your right arm, is now flung across the alley where it rests. Knife still gripped in it.
Oh shit.
Zach is going to attempt to impale the creature's neck with his sword, with his long dagger, and he tells what's your character's name, Chad?
Caroline?
Caroline, to shoot it, and
Oh, yeah.
then
Totally gonna be emptying.
and then asks Christoph to call some of the higher ups about this situation.
Would Kristoff have their number?
Yes,
he'd
everybody
have
is
to, yeah.
given the number of the sheriff. You can call Clara.
Okay. So he kind of happily does so, since he's a bit less useful in this situation.
All right, Zach,
But
please roll to stab her.
Right, sorry, please roll what?
Please roll to stab the neck, like you said.
Okay. What will I...
that would be strength plus melee.
Strength plus. Where's my melee? Okay. Right, pool mod is 0.
Mm-hmm. Difficulty is 6.
Yay!
Yay, one success.
You stab her, but your knife actually bounces off of her flesh. She just soaks the damage. All right, Carolyn.
Yep.
You ready to shoot this little pip?
Shooty. What's the difficulty?
Right. Dex plus firearms, just 6. She's not even dodging.
Hey, 1 success.
Oh.
Actually, no
boy.
successes because
Yeah,
it ate it all.
Yeah.
All right, so that was a bot. You fire, and I'm really sorry, Adriana. You take
Hey, how's it a botch?
$1. Because there's still a 1. The 1
Right.
ate the 8,
I thought
and
a
there's a
botch
1 plus
was
a 3.
have any successes.
Let me just check.
That's what I
You're
thought.
correct.
Yeah, so it would just be a
You're
fail.
correct. You missed.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was thinking 2nd edition. Anyway. All right, so you hit her. She soaks the damage. You hit her, but the damage, just the bullets plate on her flesh. All right.
Oh boy.
Adriana,
I'm over here moaning.
you're moaning. All right, cool. Good news is you can grow that arm back.
Somebody
That
take
need-
is probably gonna hurt like hell.
It did hurt like hell. And to grow it back would take all the blood in your body, so you might not want to do that yet.
No, I wasn't gonna do that right now. So
All right, so anyway.
And Kristoff's on the phone.
Kristoff, you get Clara. Clara's like, what is it?
Yes, hello. I'm sorry to bother you, but we're being attacked.
Get to the point.
Pow!
And
Where
friend,
are you?
Where are we?
Oh my god, that's such a Kristoff moment. Kristoff is screaming. Everybody else is trying to kill the thing. Kristoff is screaming, where are we? Oh.
we're in an alleyway. I don't know where we're at.
Yes, we're in an alleyway.
Leave the phone on.
Okay.
Caroline will like yell to him the name of the place that we went to.
Cascade
Cascade
High.
Heights.
Yeah, Cascade Heights.
Yeah, so he said that into the phone. Yes, it's Cascade Heights. Sorry.
It's like, yeah, he's like Cascade Heights. Pow!
How are you so calm, Kristoff?
He has a thing that says "calm heart" on it.
Yes, he does. Kristoff doesn't panic, but he's... Alright, so... Adriana, anything you do will have a dice pool modifier of -1.
Okay.
Because you are missing your dang arm.
Okay.
So you can try to escape.
Yeah, okay. Let me try to crawl away towards the door.
Is there a door?
Okay, yeah, you can crawl into the building that the people ran out of.
Okay, yes. Yeah. All
All
right.
right, so you're crawling into the building.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm still giggling about the
Suddenly,
where are we thing.
A pair of claws reach out of the dark and pull you inside.
Oh, of course.
Mm.
And you see the Nosferatu you met, Fester.
Oh, yay.
Oh,
Hallelujah!
He's like, oh, girl, what'd you get yourself into? Oh,
I look
Lord.
I look up at him and go, I don't know what the hell is that? I don't my
That
arm. What the
there,
hell?
that there was the Bruja Primogen. Apparently, she fell to the beast.
Hmm.
Can you help my friends? I mean, we're screwed. I don't even know. Where's my arm? The hell?
Fester like grabs a chair and breaks off the end. God, I hope this works. He runs out and attempts to stab her in the back. She slaps him into the wall. You hear the sickening snap of his spine hit the wall. Fortunately, Zach, right there next to you is a stake.
Okay, well, Zach is going to pick up the stake, and he's
It's
going to
-4 to the dice pool to try to reach the heart.
Ugh.
But you can spend a willpower for an automatic success.
Spend the willpower.
All right, we will spend the willpower and do it. We will. I've got enough willpower anyway, so
Oh,
I will.
yeah. You just like dive into her and drive the stake home, and you feel the crack of the rib cage, and finally she goes down. Her eyes keep blinking at you because she's just paralyzed, not dead.
So do I take 1 dot out of willpower then?
You just mark a section under it. See the boxes under it?
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, you've spent a temporary willpower. You can get that back later.
Yeah, just by playing your like nature or demeanor, you get willpower back. So
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so you're there. There's a whimpering woman who's like, "What was that? What are you all? What are all of you? What are you? What are you?" She's flipping out. Unfortunately, she's seen everybody do things they shouldn't do.
Except Kristoff, who's just on the phone.
I've just got it. So she is going. I'm gonna do. I'm gonna walk over to her and mesmerize her, and I want to implant that this was just one crazy dream, and that she's at home in bed.
All right, what I need you to do, Caroline, is I need you to roll your manipulation plus subterfuge to do that. And she's going to get a willpower roll to...
Isn't it leader?
It could be leadership. Yeah, you could use that.
Yeah.
Well, no, you're trying to implant a false memory. So that's why I went for leadership.
That's what the power is. Like I can verbally implant a false thought or hypnotic suggestion.
Okay. Then go. Okay. Thank you. Go for it.
All right. So you said manipulation?
Yes.
All right. And what's going to be the difficulty?
6. She's immortal.
All right. Let's hope this works. 3 successes.
Holy crap. She looks at you and goes, "No, you crazy bitch. I'm not forgetting this. I know where I am. I know what I'm doing. They killed Bobby and they killed Sam. They killed Bobby and they killed Sam."
Zach.
Oh, she looks down
Zach
at her. Darling, I really wanted to make this easy on you.
Zach nudges Caroline out of the way, and he's going to do the same thing.
Well, Zach can only give one-word command with... Oh, wait, you've got Dominate. Do you have Dominate too? Or 1?
Yes. Oh, no. Dominate is 1.
Yes. You can only give one-word commands. Carolyn can actually mesmerize.
Okay, well, my one-word command will be forget.
Okay,
That's
please roll your manipulation plus leadership.
Leadership, right. Would subterfuge not be better?
Well, Carolyn did Chad did point out that in this edition, leadership is the dominant.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
it's different for the levels. So command, because I have V20 up. Command, where you're doing just the one word, is manipulation, intimidation, and then your difficulty is the target's current willpower.
Although I will tell you, I tend to go by the second edition bit, where I try to make your characters look as cool as possible.
Yeah,
So-
absolutely. No, absolutely.
All right.
Well, that's like whenever I was
Zach,
building
I'll let you use subterfuge for this because you're just trying to
Yeah.
lie your way into getting her to just
Okay.
forget.
So, pool mod is 0, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And difficulty is 6.
Come on, let her botch.
I know, right? I want her to buy. All right, yes, she forgets and staggers out of the alley, confused.
Is Kristoff still on the phone, by the way?
Yes, and about 5 minutes after all of this ends, a couple of big black Escalades pull up. Clara gets out with some goons, looks at the scene, looks at the lot of you. You are alive.
Yes, although Adriana does have a missing limb currently.
That is unfortunate.
It's not missing. It's right there.
Hey, y'all, I need to step away for just 1 minute. I'll be right back, okay?
No problem.
I
Clara looks at you.
managed to put a stake. He leads the sheriff over to the currently petrified creature. I managed to put a stake through its heart, at least temporarily.
Get to the funeral home. We will fire up the crematorium.
And Kristoff is kind of kneeling next to Fester. He's like, "Is your spine okay?"
You hear Fester's bones like pop back into place. Well, pretty boy. Oh man, that hurt.
He holds out his hand so he could, just help him up.
You touch his hand and it's really icky. I mean, his flesh feels almost rubbery and moist.
He tries very hard to keep smiling.
Maybe you ain't so bad, pretty boy. Maybe you ain't so bad.
He nods, kind of feeling flattered.
Oh, Lord. The hell? I didn't expect that.
Yeah, I was told that Nosferatus were pretty strong, and that was a bit of a slap there.
Well, Bruja are pretty strong too. You ever arm wrestle a Bruja, boy?
I can't say I have, no.
Yeah. Well, get back to me when you do.
I think I know someone actually who'd probably be happy to.
World's got an abundance of dumb people in it. Anyway, what are y'all doing over here?
Oh, there was this symbol.
Tracks.
Sorry, what did you say?
Slumming it on the wrong side of the tracks. He points to the symbol.
Oh, okay.
You mean the graffiti?
It's a what was that word they used? It whispers at me.
Okay. He turns to Carolyn and Zach. Is this one a Malkavian and I don't even know about it?
I said that earlier tonight.
Mm-hmm. He's just... He does hear a lot of things.
Well, not all the time, just mostly now.
All right. So you're not crazy. So what's it saying?
It's a language I can't exactly understand. I wrote it down on paper. It didn't help much, really.
That's some kind of weird chicken scratch. Anybody know what that is?
It's a language. I don't know
Cuneiform.
what it says, but I know it's a certain language.
Cuneiform. That'd be
That's it.
Sumerian.
It's what now?
Sumerian. Ancient Sumer. Come on, boy. Don't you ever watch Ancient Aliens on the History Channel?
Like Zool and Gozar?
Well, that was a funny movie. I don't rightly know if them's actually Sumerian.
I mean, Christoph wouldn't know, but I know several Sumerian. I mean, there's a lot of Sumerians where I live.
What?
What?
There's
I'm
a lot
sorry,
of-
There's Sumerians?
Well, Sumerian. Yeah.
Oh, Sumerian. Okay.
Oh, okay. No, Sumerians. As in the ancient kingdom of Sumer, boy. Come on.
Oh, right. Okay. Yes, I know nothing about it.
I'm
All
back.
these
Sorry
damn
about that.
Toreadors got their heads up Michelangelo's butt, don't know nothing about nothing. So anyway, I've been listening and watching. There's some weird shit going on here.
Oh, yes. Did you see the sparkly man, too?
Boy, you better start making sense in about 2 seconds, or I'm gonna bang my head back against that wall.
There was a man whose aura was more sparkly than everyone else's.
I'm gonna pretend somebody here understands what the hell this one's talking about. So,
I think
y'all seen them health department vans, right?
So, what kind of crazy things have you been seeing?
Oh, me?
Well, yeah. Who are you talking to, Carolyn? Sorry.
I'm talking to Fester.
Well, them health department vans. I called the health department. They don't send out vans like them.
Adriana gathers herself together and looks at Fester and asks him, what information do you have on this weird blood pathogen that's going on? Do you know anything about it?
I know some folks has been acting real weird, and a bunch of Latin kings, the gangbangers, they done tore each other up with their teeth and hands.
So other than this weird, out of character, violence between them, what do you mean by acting weird?
Well, some of them was acting rabid, so does that tell you anything?
Zombies!
Not zombies. You can't have zombies.
Fester just looks at Kristoff with that exasperated, and he mouths like, "What the fuck?"
If you think that's bad, I had to drag him away from a Tremere hunting party
Holy
because I
shit!
got balls too.
I also failed miserably at the hunting part.
Oh
He
my
does.
god!
That's not something I would share, darling.
Well, there's a reason he dragged me away from it. I mean, it didn't. You don't drag people away from things for no reason.
Well, that could just be one of his people being kind and not wanting to hurt you at that time.
Ah, right, yes.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll bring this boy food. I mean, good lord, send this child to camp and all that.
What about Adrienne? Do you have some food for her?
Well, yeah, we'll go down to the blood bank. Carter Blood Bank down there gives me the leftovers they can't use. Don't taste great, but You probably need a lot of it, don't you?
Yeah, I'm kind of missing an arm here.
Well, I would
Tell
say
you what, take the arm with you.
let's run over there.
All right, he
Caroline
takes
will
the
go.
arm.
Caroline will go and pick up her arm and bring it to her and be like, "Here you go."
Oh, thank you.
Has the sheriff left with the creature?
The sheriff has departed and is taking the former Bruja Primogen to the crematorium.
Okay, right.
Since I was away whenever the sheriff got there, did the sheriff say anything or do anything that I missed?
She just basically was like, surprised you all were alive, extraordinarily businesslike, and then collected the former vampire, now turned bestial white, and dragged it off to be cremated.
Okay.
Zach points out, we'll have to clear out the remains of mortal bodies.
Oh, the people?
Yes.
All right.
But before we do that, though, I would like to take some blood samples back to.
That would be a good idea. I will go and get my case.
And maybe possibly some skin samples too, if we're able to, if it's not too badly damaged.
It's not. You get blood and skin samples.
Zach returns with his case, flicks it open, puts some surgical gloves on, does all the forensic stuff like they do in police shows, and hands it over to Adriana.
Thank you so much. And I put it in my backpack.
Christoph was just kind of... Oh, sorry.
Sorry, go ahead, Christoph.
Christoph was just kind of scouting around the area while they're doing that. Auspex is apparently extremely useful.
Oh, it is. You hear the whir as Fester reaches into his rucksack. It's an old German army rucksack. Pulls it out, and he turns it on, and he's got one of those electric carving knives. And he's like, go to the back door of the blood bank. Tell them Fester sent you. They'll get you taken care of. They'll get you about 8 pints, okay? I'm gonna dismember these leftovers. All right?
Okay, so Adriana goes towards the blood bank.
All right.
Did they all get there in the same car?
Caroline drove her own, and then the rest of us came in the one.
Oh, okay.
All right, y'all walk to the end of the block. The blood bank's there. The back door's around back. You knock on the back door. Sleazy looking dude with a bunch of gold chains wearing scrubs opens it. Kind of chubby, maybe middle-aged. What can I do you for?
Hey, Fester sent us over and said that you could hook us up.
Oh, Fester, that hot mama. Sure. I'll make sure to get you. How is she doing? Weird name, Fester, but who cares? Those goth chicks are hot. You know what I mean? I think you do.
Fester's doing good. Yeah.
Mask of 1,000 faces.
Christoph was confused though, and he just like leans into Zach and says, "Was Fester a woman?"
Sorry, that was not laughing at his character.
Barry's like, here you go. For that secret goth blood cult thing, right?
Yeah.
Know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Thank you. And Adriana takes the blood bags willingly and turns around and starts to walk away. And says, "Come on, let's go back."
All right, you only need to use 2 of them, and you manage to reattach your own arm.
Yay.
So, yay, you don't have an extra arm hanging out somewhere putrefying.
Okay. So what does that do to my blood pool?
It doesn't do anything. You now have 6 blood packs remaining.
Okay.
So
if anybody
get back
is hungry, booyah.
Yeah.
Are we supposed to
get
keep
back
them
and-
cold or warm or what?
Yeah, you've got them in a cooler.
Oh, okay.
Well, you don't want it to get warm. It'd be all like gelatin then.
Yeah. Y'all get back, and Fester is dumping some stuff in the dumpster behind a McDonald's.
Caroline's watching him, light smoking a cigarette with her feet up on a trash can.
Yep. Well, I reckon that's done. So, like I said, those vans ain't health department vans. I don't know what they're doing.
Well, have you been inside of them?
Well, I've tried, but for some reason, when I get too close, they drives away.
Oh.
Like, how close are we talking? Like, within
When I
arm's
get in
length
line,
that drives
they
away?
close up
Or-
and drive away.
Perhaps
you
they're
tell-
waiting for the right people.
Maybe.
Me, you, darling.
Can you tell how many people are in the van or came with it?
I see 2 outside and a driver, so at least 3.
How long have they been here?
Been coming every night for the last 6 weeks.
Huh. Do they go over and talk to the homeless people over there or anything, or can you tell?
Yeah, they offer them free vaccinations.
Huh, okay, interesting.
Kristoff flails for a moment as though he's had an epiphany.
Yes,
Yeah.
Are
Christoph.
you having a spell, boy?
He said, maybe they're the ones who are making people go insane. Like, specifically homeless people.
Might fit.
Think it's something to do with them vaccines?
Could also be something to do with the amount of rabid blood.
I think we should go talk with the homeless people. I also want to know more about what's inside of those vans, and we need to get a hold of the vaccine vials.
The next moment, Fester appears as a perky, probably 16-year-old goth girl.
Oh, that makes much more sense.
Well, I have to say I'm impressed, Fester.
Well, it just shows people kind of what they might expect to see around here. Well, why don't you all go ask them some questions? I'll make sure they get some sandwiches, and we'll see if they talk.
All right, sounds good.
Perhaps looking so eloquently dressed might give off the wrong appearance.
No, I hang out here all the time. Don't worry about it.
Very well. We shall go and speak to the home individual.
All right, yeah, you guys, you all move over toward the homeless camp. Folks see you with Fester, and they're like, "Oh, hey there. How y'all doing tonight?"
We are all right, thank you.
Kristoff is waving excitedly.
Zach grabs Kristoff's and just puts it back to
As
just-
you do that, a lady in somewhat nicer clothes than the homeless people goes up to Kristoff, and she looks at you, Zach, and goes, "Don't you put your hands on him."
Why
Looks at
not?
Kristoff, "Are you okay?"
Well, yes, actually, I'm a little confused as to what just happened.
"Oh, I'm Sister Emily. I kind of run a mission here."
Oh, you help the less fortunate folk.
"Yes."
Oh, I see.
"And is that blood all over your shirts?"
Whose shirt, by the way?
Well, there was blood flying everywhere earlier.
I
I'm
know
in black.
Kristoff was kind of a ways away on the phone. Would he be the only one not covered in blood?
Zach wouldn't. Well, yeah, he did impale.
He did try to stab her in the neck. Carolyn was blowing chunks off of the critter.
Adriana pulls out her CDC credentials and says, "Hi, Sister. I'm actually with the CDC."
Oh, fantastic!
We has there been anything out of the ordinary, any unusual behavior, anything that you've noticed with with the people that you help?
Yeah, quite a number of them. Quite a number of them have been disappearing. I've tried talking to the health department folks, and they just keep saying how they're too busy. They're working on vaccinating for the latest flu strains. So I don't know. Maybe you can get through to them.
I would. Yeah, I can absolutely try. Is one of the people that went missing recently, was that William Harper?
Yes. Will went missing about 2 nights ago.
Oh wow. Well, I hate to say this, but he actually is deceased.
Sister
Which
Emma
is,
crosses herself.
I'm sorry.
She crosses herself at you saying that.
Yeah. Which is actually part of the reason why I'm here. I'm just wanting to follow up to see if there was anything out of the ordinary. How well did you know William by any chance?
Oh, he was a pretty good boy. Never really got into over much trouble.
Okay. Is there anybody else here that was close with him, or was friendly with him that we could speak to as well?
Yeah, Cindy over by the container garden over there. She knew him pretty well. They used to hang out together.
Okay, great. Thank you, Sister Emily. We appreciate that.
Could I just add?
If you'll excuse me, I'm going to go speak with Cindy here.
Oh, sorry, Josh, I couldn't hear you.
Yeah. Wouldn't Adriana's, well, one of Adriana's sleeves be ripped off? I mean, the arm might have grown back. But
oh yes, it is ripped off, but it's hardly the most disturbing clothing choice around this area.
True. Fair enough.
And I just smoothed past that, the question that she asked.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
So I go walk over to Cindy to go speak with her.
She looks very timid. Yes.
Hi, Cindy.
Yeah.
Hi. I understand that you knew William and were friends with him. Is that right?
Yeah. Well, what happened to Will?
Well, I'm just trying to follow up on a couple things. Was there anything that was out of the ordinary with him, or anything that you can tell me about the last couple of days with him?
Yeah, there were men that came around looking for him. We were at the squat a couple streets down, and he ran. Those guys were weird. They were really weird.
Huh. Can you describe what they look like?
Bald, no eyebrows, no facial hair. They were wearing black suits with narrow black ties and black hats.
Okay. I know you said that he kind of ran. I'm assuming, did they go after him, or did they, what happened whenever he took off?
One of them came up, and he smiled real big at me, and he grabbed the ballpoint pen I had and clicked it 3 times and laughed and ran away.
That definitely is very weird. So I do have like the 1 dot of aspects. Is there anything out of the ordinary with Cindy's aura or anything?
She doesn't smell funny. She doesn't smell like some of the other homeless people. And I mean, in her blood seems relatively pure human blood. There are a couple other people who are kind of shifting around, scratching themselves, and they have a peculiar smell, almost a chemical smell to them.
Could Zach use something like investigation on?
Absolutely.
Okay, what would I roll for that?
What are you investigating exactly?
The marks, and if investigation on.
It would actually be perception and medicine.
Perception, medicine. I've got 1 in medicine. Try it. Let's just scroll back down. Perception. Medicine. There you are. From 0 and 6. Difficulty 6.
Okay, for some reason it's not loading what you rolled. So how many successes did you get? Oh, difficulty 6.
Yeah,
All right, difficulty is 6. Okay, Zach, you notice. You've only seen these in textbooks, but these guys have buboes on them.
Okay.
They have what on them?
Buboes, red sores that look kind of like flowers.
Oh, okay.
Like the bubonic plague, sort of.
That's exactly what you're seeing.
Zach is going to open his case. He's going to cutting open into them. Be a good idea. No, what he's going to do is Zach's going to take out a empty syringe and extract some of the pus from buboes. He's going to do that.
The one guy's like,
3.
"Oh, you're a doctor too?"
Not exactly a doctor, but scientist.
Oh, okay, man. He's out of it. You see a disassembled radio near him, and there's a hole burned in his front 4 T's.
He's taking samples of pus from at least 5 people, 1 man, 1 woman.
Yeah, they come up, they give it. They're like, "Yeah, man, some kind of acne or something."
And he's done that. Takes off his surgical gloves, puts his leather gloves back on, closes the case, and he goes up to Adrian and says, "I think got a fair bit of sample."
Say that again?
He's going up to Adrian and he says, "I've got some of the some samples pus from the buboes to look into."
Perfect. Awesome. That's great. That's what we need. So there's definitely something very odd going on around here.
Yes. I wonder if Sister Mary... What's her name? Sister Mary?
Emily. Sister Emily.
Sister Emily. Yes. I wonder if Sister Emily could keep a register from now on of who's here. And we should return in 2 days to see who's missing. see how many people get taken every 2 days or so.
I'm fairly certain she'd probably remember.
No, she's a Catholic. I don't trust Catholics.
But you'll trust her to keep a list.
Yes.
Caroline, would you mind go speaking with Sister Emily and see if she either has such a list or would be willing to do that for us?
Absolutely.
Alrighty, Caroline, you find Sister Emily cooking a pot of chicken noodle soup to pass out to people. Oh yes,
Sister
you're with
Emily.
the CDC, right?
Yes, darling. I was just
Um,
wondering if you had if you could help me out with something real quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you keep a list of the people that come in and out every day? Is there like kind of
Well, yeah, I do tend to write about them in my journals.
Okay.
To keep them in my prayers. Yeah, there's a lot of people going missing. Here, if it helps, she hands you the journal.
Oh, well, bless your heart, dearie. And she'll pull out some cash and hand it to her for like a donation.
Thank you. God bless you.
Oh, he's done more than that. And she'll
Ouch.
smile at her and ask her if she can continue keeping a ledger of the people that are working or that are
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, right.
If you think it'll help.
Absolutely, darling. And then is the van of the CDC still like out there?
There are 3 vans. They've sort of formed a triangle around this area.
Okay. And are there any people standing outside of the vans?
Yeah, there's 3 or 4. Some homeless folks and then some people in drab gray coveralls.
Are there any people that look like they belong to the van?
The coveralls folks.
Okay, the coveralls. And how many of them are there?
There are 2 that you can see, plus someone in the driver's seat.
I'm sorry, what was the last part?
Plus someone in the driver's seat.
Someone in the driver's seat?
Mm-hmm.
How far am I away from them?
Not terribly. You can get there. It's probably maybe 100 meters.
And is the group like that direction, or are they away from me?
They're away from you.
I'm gonna go walk over to the van real fast.
Okay, you walk over there.
And do they do what Fester said? Do they jump in the van and leave?
They do not.
Ah.
How may we help you, ma'am?
Hiya, boys. How's your night tonight?
Going well, thank you.
And what are you guys doing out here?
Health department business, vaccinating the poor.
That's it? There's nothing else going on? I work for the security company that I found out about that owns the property.
Oh crap. Okay. Yes.
Stonegate Security.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Security. All right. So, Carolyn, for this one, you're going to need to roll manipulation plus subterfuge.
Absolutely. Now I have enchanting voice.
That gives you +2 to the dice mod, so you get 2 dice mod for that.
Is it +2 or is it just minus the difficulty by 2?
It's +2 to the dice.
Manipulation. You said manipulation subterfuge?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. What's the DC going to be?
For you being a pretty lady with enchanting voice, 6.
All right. All right.
And you're very professional looking.
Woohoo!
Nice.
So that's
Oh, yes, ma'am. We didn't know there was going to be an inspection tonight. The project is proceeding according to plan. We just have 20 more anthrax to distribute. They bring you into the van and start showing you clipboards. There's charts for rabies. There's charts for anthrax. There's charts for pneumonia and bubonic plague.
I'm gonna need some of these files to take back.
Of course, ma'am. You have the clearance. You know everything about it. We didn't know corporate was coming down here. Oh gosh.
That's the great thing about it. We like to shock you. So,
Understandable. Got used to surprise inspections in Iraq.
yes,
So-
ma'am. Alrighty. Well, she's gonna take all of her, take everything that she can that looks of valuable information.
All right, they give you 4 manila folders and an external hard drive.
All right. All right, fellas, you keep up the good work. We'll be in contact soon.
Yes, ma'am.
And she'll walk away whistling Dixie.
All right, you wander back over to the others. Adriana, I'm assuming you're doing investigative chores.
Yes.
Okay. And Zach, you're obviously assisting or doing whatever you do. And Christoph, what are you doing?
He is very out of place.
But
So-
he's got better auspics, so he could be trying to see if there's any other graffiti sort of stuff around, or even just strange stuff.
Or I guess anything using aspects.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you're looking around. When you squint hard enough, you can kind of see the buildings. And the buildings, when you look deeply enough, seem to be covered in spiders.
He just kind of cringes for a moment with confusion.
But the spiders look like they're made of clockwork.
Kind of taps his head a little bit. I think I am actually going mad.
All right. Carolyn, you bust back in. You've got all the stuff.
I'll look at everybody and be like, "Well, y'all better wrap this up so we can hit the road."
Well, we do need to go back to the lab, test these samples, clean environment.
Yes, and I saw spiders.
What do you mean spiders?
Mechanical spiders. A lot of them.
Chemical spy.
Zachary, darling, where did you exactly take dear Christoph to feed? Perhaps ingest some psychedelics of some sort?
No. Should I went ground whether the Toreador do something with their prey? I don't know. So
Well,
let's go and look at these mechanical spiders.
I think we should leave and go do some things elsewhere. Who drove you three?
Which one of us did drive? Because we all have drive.
Do we all
I
have
don't
drive?
I don't. Because I
Alright.
don't know how to drive on the wrong side of the road.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So I drove.
Okay.
All right. So, as Carolyn says that, the guys are getting out of the van and they're marching toward you.
They're coming over
You all have
here.
one. You can get the hell out of Dodge, get to your cars, and drive away.
Yeah, that's my.
Yep, it's time to go. Come on,
Yeah,
y'all.
that's pretty much like, all right, we have overstayed our welcome, honeys. We need to leave.
Wouldn't Christoph be able to sense starting to make their way before they walk
Yes,
over
that's
to us?
why you've got excess warning.
Yay!
Okay. Right. Right. Fine.
He's just like staring out the window, and he's like, "Y'all, there's some big guys coming towards us."
I don't
And
think
they're
Kristoff
carrying
would sound like
shotguns.
that.
They're carrying pump-action shotgun, but one has a shotgun with a round magazine, what is colloquially known as a street sweeper.
Yep, it's time to go, y'all. And
Yes, let's go.
Can we turn on the radio this time?
Let's not worry about that now. Come on, let's go. Come on, stop.
All right.
Caroline will
So-
grab Kristoff by the wrist. That like all of the we're not all together. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it'll be Caroline and Kristoff, and then Zachary and Adrian, and we're gonna run to my car.
Okay, y'all make your way to the car.
Like
All
I'm
right, so we're gonna have
him.
two scenes. Go ahead, Carolyn. Sorry.
Like I'm Marmaduking him to get into the car. Hell out of there.
Excellent. Excellent. All right, so Carolyn, what I need you to do, are you driving?
Yeah.
Okay, I need you to roll your dexterity plus drive.
I'm gonna go ahead and just spend a temporary willpower point just to make sure that.
Great
gets-
idea.
Yeah.
All right, so you managed to lose them in the hubbub of Atlanta traffic. But they were good. They were following you, and these guys were pros. Now, Adriana,
Yes.
gonna need to either spend a willpower or roll dex and drive in order to escape from these goons who are chasing you in a van.
I'm gonna go and spend a willpower. I don't want to chance it.
Okay, you spend your willpower, you get the hell away from them, and where do you all rendezvous?
Well,
Um,
both Adrian and I will be going to the same place.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that would be like an almost. Well, I don't know, not necessarily obvious because they don't know who you guys are. I was going to suggest maybe like a.
So since we split up, I call Caroline on her cell phone and put it on
Oh, yeah.
speakerphone after we get pulled over and pulled off and make sure that we're
Nice.
not being followed anymore.
Hello.
Hey, are you guys safe?
Oh yes, honey. They got the duck and dodge real
Oh.
quick.
who
Okay,
is
good.
it?
I just wanted to check in. Where are you?
I will throw out some random location in the city of Atlanta.
Okay, yeah, you go to the Night Owl Coffee Shop.
There you go.
Okay.
24-hour eatery and filled with witnesses.
I'll tell you what, we're about 10 minutes from there. We'll come meet you there, okay?
Sounds good.
And,
I used to love coffee.
and I hang up the phone and we drive over there.
Okay.
I bet everyone in there has caffeine in their blood.
Christoph, you do not need any more caffeine.
Yeah.
Well, Adriana's not with Christoph. It would be Carolina that's saying.
Oh, I know.
I think you've had enough already, honey.
Can I turn on the radio now?
No, but you're in the cafe and you've got the jukebox.
Ooh, jukebox. You kind of laid tiptoes over that nerd.
Yep. Say Caroline gives them like a $5 bill and says, "Here you go. Go pick out some tunes for us."
Yay!
As you're doing that, a familiar figure walks up to you, Christoph. And it's Doreen. Doreen is the Toreador Primogen. She's the leader of the Tories in Atlanta, and she's like, "Oh my goodness, Christoph Evander."
Oh,
Such a
hello.
So, Christoph, you must tell me about your night. I heard you found the old Bruja primogen, and there was murder and intrigue.
Should
And
we
all
speak
sorts of
about
other-
this in the open?
Actually, you look around, everybody's just kind of like awed. With the exception of Caroline. Caroline could give two craps. But the mortals are just like, duh, because basically Doreen has presenced everyone in the place.
Oh. Oh, he looked around a little bit. Yes, news certainly travels fast, doesn't it?
Well, yes, but you see, as you know, in life, I was a crime fiction writer, and I absolutely adore stories like this. So,
Oh, then this one will be interesting for you.
do you relate the story to her?
Excitedly.
Okay,
And he also
excellent.
throws
You
in
now
all the crazy stuff.
Oh, excellent. She loves it. And you now gain a point in clan status. Clan Toreador status 1.
Yay, where do I put that?
Christoph is under background.
Oh. Yay.
You know, Deacon always sires the most interesting children. You are such a delight, Christoph. Caroline,
Oh,
you're sitting here with two Toreadors. How do you feel about this?
She is kind of just completely turned off about it. Like, just looks at him with just like almost pity. Like, she actually kind of looks at him and is like, "Bless your hearts."
And this pretty little thing must be, I want to say Caroline Price. Is that your name?
Well, yes, it is.
Oh, you are just precious. Did you help young Christoph here on his, exciting adventure tonight?
You could say that.
well,
let me
I
tell
can't
you
say I
this.
did much.
Oh, you did plenty. You were here to tell the story. So tell me, Caroline, if you ever need a favor, you just keep looking after little Christoph here, and I will do anything you want.
Anything.
Well, within reason.
Okay. She'll give her a toothy smile and be like, "Don't you worry your pretty little head. Your little boy is
See, these Ventru are just so sweet. They will do anything, and they handle the money. It's the best of all worlds. Don't you agree, Christoph?
You know, they are ridiculously useful.
Now. I would be minding y'all's manners.
I thought we were complimenting you. I'm so sorry.
We're not used.
Would Adriana and Zach be entering at this point?
Yes. Yes, they do.
So we walk in and look over at the other Toreador at the table with them and kind of just raise my eyebrow and, walk up and be like, "Oh, excuse me."
He's waving wildly at them when he noticed them.
Oh, greetings. You two must be the intrepid scientists.
Yes, and who might you be?
Why, my darling, I'm Doreen Callum, the primogen of Clan Toreador.
Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you. My apologies. I don't believe I've had the pleasure yet.
Well, I am a bit of a crime writer, and oh my goodness, you're the British man who knows forensics, aren't you? Christoph has said so much about you. Mr. Hayden?
Zach is currently pinching his temple. Yes.
He's very stoic, but he's really wonderful.
Well, of course, the stoic, strong-jawed hero of the piece.
I'm not sure how to respond to that. Thank you.
And young Adriana, the plucky, medically skilled heroine. Oh, it'll be a wonderful story. I can't wait to hear more, Christoph. Please tell me everything as more things happen.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, I suppose I should leave and let the humans get back to their normal stuff before they forget math. So,
Is that what the current American education system is anyway?
oh goodness. Well, I wouldn't know. I mean, I was out of school by 1910, so what do I know about modern children? So I will see all of you later.
And it was
It
a
was
pleasure.
Goodbye.
All right.
And so Adriana sits down in the booth with the other two. So after she leaves.
Yes.
So what do we do
Exactly.
now? Who were those guys chasing us? What were you able to find out, Caroline?
So, first things first, smaller fish. Sister Mary will be keeping a tab on who comes in daily and then who does not come in anymore. So, but at this point, we might want to try to find someone else to go down there and get that information for us, because what I got is way bigger. And she'll pull out one of the files. Like, she's not going to pull everything out. And open it up and show them, this is being done on purpose. And about the Stonegate security is the people that bought up this property. So I need to do more research into them and find out when they bought this property and then when things started happening.
Christoph said, so are they injecting people with viruses?
Yes.
Called it.
Well done, Christoph.
He looks happy with himself.
But you did well.
Huh. So
Alrighty.
so we need to figure out why they bought the property, but more importantly, why are they doing this? I mean, it's it's not, looks like it's not just the rabies, it's other stuff as well. So I don't know.
Darling, there's tons of things going on here.
One thing, Carolyn, you've noticed in looking over the file just with a cursory glance is there's something called Project Pazuzu.
Does anybody have a laptop?
Yes, that was one of the things that was in my bag.
Oh. Can you take out your laptop?
Yes. So I pull out my laptop and turn it on.
I'll pull out the hard, is the drive able to plug into the laptop?
Yes.
With
Okay.
USB, yeah.
Yeah, the USB. Plug it in.
I really need to do my inventory thing at some point, because he probably would have a laptop.
I assume you pretty much carry with you what you would normally use in your daily life, or weapons if you're going into something dangerous. All right. When you plug in the laptop, you get a Stonegate security logo, and you get a password entry field.
I will try to hack into it.
Wait, who has
Okay,
the biggest computer skill, by the way? Just clear.
I mean,
I have
I
two.
have 2 points.
I also have 2.
I have 3.
Oh, there we go.
Alright.
All right, Caroline. Let's say you roll intelligence plus computer. The difficulty is 8 because this is not an easy. It's not figuring out someone's Facebook password.
Right.
Oh.
Okay, that's a botch. Okay, it says 2 attempts remaining.
Kristoff kind of held out his hand. I'm incredibly smart. I can try.
Might as well.
Very well.
All right, you said intelligence plus computer.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me figure out where these are in this thing. I really wish they were alphabetized. That would be nice.
Well, I've yelled at Roll20 for that a couple times, and we'll see if they fix it in later editions.
All right, so no pool mod and 8, right?
Yes.
All right.
Oh,
Okay. You managed to hack the you managed to hack the password, and now you are faced with a large number of strange images and files and what have you.
Does he
Well,
like announce that he's gotten in?
do you announce that?
Well, yeah, he just kind of like has this little happy bouncing moment.
yeah, we are in a coffee shop full of humans, so we don't want.
It's more of a gesture than an announcement,
Okay.
really.
Caroline will slide the laptop back to her, to where everybody can see it, and then kind of just start looking at what. Is there anything like labeled on it?
Yes, there's a bunch of charts and data that would require a lot of time and scientific know-how to interpret. And you see this. Basically, this particular symbol on the files on the letterhead of all the files.
On the letterhead of every file?
Of every file, yes.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Do you think it's a cult?
Are these files transferable? Can I email them somewhere?
It's hard to tell. You could probably do so, but you don't know if that would reset the encryption.
Right. Okay.
Can we download them onto the hard drive of my laptop?
It would
I don't
take a
know.
computer roll.
I don't know if I want to do that, like, just in case something's being tracked.
Yes.
Also
Right.
viruses.
Be
Mm.
able to be like followed or whatever and give you away. So that's why I was seeing if I could email it to like a made up, you know what I mean, like account. But I guess that's not gonna be the case, which is fine. I'm sure that I could find somebody with my resources that would be able to dissect this and give me the information I need.
Yes.
So
Possibly the Nosferatu. They seem to know just about everything.
I was thinking more of someone who specializes in computers that won't fry this out and that we can actually gain knowledge from it without, showing our hands to everybody. Because I feel like this would be kind of useful.
But is it someone that we can trust? I mean, I don't know how we don't know how far this goes, and
Right, but the less we tell someone that we just need to get into it and see what the information is, the better.
We should at least try and search through old symbol books and heraldry in the Tremere libraries. See
We
if
can
Hang on.
also
Sorry.
reverse image search.
So let me ask you this out of character. Would Caroline, with having, some sort of occult knowledge, would she know that the Tremere could look into these kind of symbols?
Absolutely. The Tremere know way more about the occult than almost any other
Right.
group.
yeah. So what I was going to say is that Adriana takes out her cell phone and takes a picture of the symbol. That way
Okay,
she can.
yeah, that's what I was about to suggest.
Yeah.
And then I will.
Zach was going to draw it out rather than take a photo, so then if anyone looks over his phone, they won't see that.
I will send Zach and Adriana the picture that I took in the alleyway of the other symbol as well. And say, I think this is something that maybe one of you two can look into and see what maybe it means, perhaps, because strange things happened to our boy over here.
There's also my scribbles.
The scribbles, yes. He takes out his notepad once again and looks over them, showing them to...
Scribble show up anywhere? Or, like, does that symbol show up in anywhere where Kristoff is writing down?
There's one photo of a stone tablet that looks very similar to what Kristoff wrote. You also find references to sacrifice to Pazuzu.
You said Pazuzu?
Pazuzu. Pazuzu.
The demon?
Yes.
Okay, so Caroline will... Does this laptop have internet access?
Yeah, Wi-Fi connection.
And they're in a coffee shop.
So yeah, she'll connect to the Wi-Fi of the coffee shop and then go on and just do like a quick Google search of Pazuzu.
Is that a good idea, using a public Wi-Fi?
I don't see why not. They don't know the laptop belongs to her.
Say that again?
I don't see why it would be an issue to, the laptop. I mean, it's just a Google search.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't think like her laptop is like being looked at. You know what I mean, just yet.
Okay,
I'll take the USB drive out of the computer before I do the Google search.
All right, so you find that Pazuzu is the demon of the southwest wind, who's known for bringing famine and locusts. Though he's considered to be an evil spirit, he drives away and frightens other evil spirits, protecting humans from plagues and misfortunes.
And yet someone is attempting to make plagues.
But so yeah, this doesn't fit because there's been plagues.
Yes, but they're not caused by a demon.
Well, honey, we don't know that.
Oh, well. I don't imagine demons inject people.
Well, actually, according to one of the sources you find, one of the methods of sacrifice to Pazuzu was making people intentionally sick.
Oh.
So that he could devour them.
So he kept away plague demons so other people could make people sick. And for him.
Well, it's very interesting because the creature he keeps away is this horrible creature called Lamashtu. And Lamashtu is a malevolent goddess who devours children.
Oh, so I guess it's kind of like a lesser of the two evils type thing.
She would gnaw their bones and suck their blood.
So, okay, so what kind of roll would I have to make to see if there are, or if I've heard anything about cults in the city or anything like that?
I'm going to say you could make an occult roll.
Okay.
I would say it would be wits and occult, because wits is just more streetwise kind of stuff.
Okay.
Also, Kristoff is on his phone looking at mechanical spiders.
What would be the difficulty for that roll?
Difficulty would be 8 because it is a fairly, it's a fairly specialized thing.
Right. Hey, 1 success? Nope, no successes.
You have no luck looking for it. Maybe in a break
Damn.
between games, you could send people out searching.
Right.
Christoph, you look up mechanical spiders, and then you just keep going down the Google hole looking for what you're looking for. When suddenly you get a text.
Oh.
Who is this? Unknown number.
Is there like a thing before you open it, there's like a little line that says something? Like part of the text?
Yeah, it says, who is this? That's all the text says.
Huh, someone is asking me who I am on my own phone.
What's
The number is 00000 and then 4 more zeros.
So they have their number blocked.
No, it's not a blocked number. That is supposedly the number.
No, huh?
He kind of looked at everybody else. Is this a normal thing?
Not particularly, no.
Oh, I'll just answer them back then.
No, wait.
Looked at him.
Tell them. What are you going to send back?
I would just tell them who I was and ask who they were.
No.
Well, don't tell them who you are. Say, who's this?
Well, then it's just gonna be a circle.
Well, how about you reply with a witty remark of
What?
Tell them that you're their dog or something.
Well, that's a bit rude.
Yes, and someone randomly texting you who's this is not.
No, that's just confusing.
And you received that text. You were looking up mechanical spiders.
He nodded.
So?
Oh, I could ask them about the spiders.
No, don't do that either.
Tell him you're Peter Parker.
Well, that would be lying.
Tell them you're James Bond.
That would also be lying.
Then, okay, you...
A lie
Tell
is
them...
okay at this point, Christoph.
Well, I don't know who that is.
Here's what you should tell him. I'm me. Who are you? That's not a lie.
Fair enough. So he does that.
Okay. You send that. And a few minutes later, the response is very strange. As it's like, were you there at Horizon?
Kind of looking at it, it's like, isn't Horizon where the sun usually comes up?
Why don't you ask her that? Put that as a reply. Yes, say that.
Okay. So that's his reply. That isn't Horizon usually where the sun comes up?
Your phone blanks out. Just stops working.
Ah, I like this phone.
Caroline grabs the phone from him and starts to mash it.
Ah!
You start mashing it, and you smell burnt wiring.
Like, okay, so can she like take it apart to look at the insides of it?
Yeah, you take it apart, look at the insides. The entire circuit board's been reduced to ash.
Well, now I need a new phone.
Where did you get this phone?
I just got it from just a store that sold phones.
Like you purchased this phone yourself. No one gave it to you.
Perhaps someone's kind of... some kind of curse through the phone.
Yeah, a curse of breaking phones.
I grab the laptop and go ahead and shut it down and put it back in my back.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, everything's getting wrapped up right now. Like,
Yeah, I think we need to go. This is a little too much. I think we've been here too long.
I didn't even get to learn about the spiders.
I did tell you using a public Wi-Fi was a idea.
yeah, but this was his phone, not her laptop.
He still used the Wi-Fi here.
Well, wouldn't it have been worse if we used our own? Then they could have screwed with my Wi-Fi.
All right. Here's what's going to happen. We're going to end on a bit of a cliffhanger this week. 3 black vans skid up outside the diner.
Yep.
We'll start there next week.
What's up?
Dun.
A cliffhanger or a cliche? Not sure which.
Well, to be honest, using the public Wi-Fi to ask about really weird stuff is probably not the best idea. Future reference.
That.
The laptop could have been like a tired folklore student looking stuff up. That wouldn't red flag anything. But the instant that Christoph starts asking about something he can see in the spirit world, that's going to raise some flags.
He doesn't.
Remember, you will not talk about Fight Club.
He didn't have any idea what they were. And everybody said he was like insane or something.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, he was actually wondering if that's like a symptom of schizophrenia or something.
Nice.
Boy.
You know what's interesting? Because KU isn't here. KU, if something happens, KU could just jump in to save the day.
That's exactly right.
See, I'm already one step ahead of the cliche.
Yeah,
With
but KU
another
has like a terrible brawl, doesn't he?
Yeah, but you know, if he's smart about it, he can help. Otherwise, it's going to be a weird time.
Right.
Yeah. At any rate, I hope you all had fun with this session. I really had fun planning it.
I had a whole lot of fun.
Yeah, this is good.
I made Josh laugh, I think, more than I ever have in my life.
That's because Christoph is amusing as hell.
I'm glad about that.
It's Christoph's the misunderstood comical character that actually has knowledge in his field, even if he might not be able to explain it well.
Which is kind of funny because I gave him a couple points in expression and everything.
And then, of course, the next question is, who are these black vans and why are they there?
Yep.
I'm hoping.
Are they there because somebody witnessed a masquerade breach? Are they there because... Are they there because you asked about mechanical spiders, or are they there because you stole highly sensitive documents?
Or are they here just to throw a surprise party in a cafe?
I think I might go with the document bit.
Unfortunately, the that much of a coincidence, Josh would have to be a mage game. It couldn't be in a vampire game. We're here to party, woo!
In a small local quiet cafe.
Oh, well, thank you all so much for playing. Like I said, I enjoyed running it, and I hope to see you all next week.
Oh, I can't wait.
Awesome. See you then.
Oh, yes, experience. Yes, I wanted to give everybody experience. Everyone gets 3 points because you all role-played extraordinarily well.
Yay!
Y'all did very well. You stayed in character, didn't use any out of character knowledge, and were just very entertaining to run for.
Yeah, I know that looking up the spiders thing was a terrible idea.
And that's what I love, is when you do terrible ideas that you should, your player knows better. All right, y'all. I will see y'all next week. Take care, everyone.
Have a good
Thank you.
Have a good night.
You too. Good night.
Bye-bye.
night.